Hello and welcome back to another Complete Rider motorcycle video, and today we have part 3 of museum pieces at the Queensland Gallery of Modern Art and their exhibition, The Motorcycle Design Art Desire. If you missed part 1 and 2, you can see it at the Museum Pieces playlist or click the above card. But for the record, I jumped in the trusty Colorado and raced from Melbourne up to Brisbane, dodging COVID as I drove the 1,666 kilometres or 1,000 miles each way. I only had a 1 hour window that I could get my film gear into the exhibition, so it was elbows out around the paying punters to get the most shots in the short amount of time that I had. Many thanks to the GOMA crew for giving me the chance to film this great exhibition for you to view. In part 1 we had a French flair, then in part 2 we went with an Anzac theme, and for part 3 it's a UK and Eurofest, so let's get into it. One of the standouts of the show for me seemed to go a bit under the radar, maybe not getting the attention of some of the more well-known brands and models, but I really fell in love with this quirky little Italian machine, the Aeromacchi Chimera. Born in post-World War II Italy in 1957, it was a sales disaster, with only about 120 of the 175cc model produced. Yet nearly 65 years after its release, it's revered for its looks and its design. Aeromacchi translates to air machine and Chimera to dream, and that about sums it up for me. The crazy alloy jet-inspired bodywork not only looks awesome, but helped cool the air-cooled 13 horsepower motor as well. Everything about this bike says futuristic aviation design meets George Jetson, and it's such a shame they made so few of them. The prices are so high that they're out of the reach for my collection, because I'd certainly have one if I could, and I'd love to do a full review on one of these bikes one day. Let's stay in Italy and have a look at some MV Augustas. This is the 2005 MV Augusta F4 Ago, named of course in honour of Giacomo Agostini, who won 15 World Championships and 10 Isle of Man TT trophies, mainly on MV Augustas in the 1950s and 60s. This 998cc inline 4-cylinder engine was originally designed with the help of Ferrari, and it certainly revs like one too. 4x4 exhaust, single-sided swing arm in classic MV colours with the number 1 on the side. This bike's design will never date. The MV Augusta 1972 750S. This to me is the classic 1970s Italian race bike look, long and low, a muscular motor with finned sump and 4 beautiful chrome, almost unrestricted pipes, massive drum brakes with predominantly red and blue colours, making this bike a standout. And of course, there's the Disco Volante tank, which translates to flying saucer and is just the cherry on the top of this design, Bellissima. The MV Augusta 125 Tel Turismo of 1949. This little beauty was probably made to be affordable transport in post-war Italy, but now we look at the design as a marvel of its time. The overuse of red works well to accentuate the chrome in the alloy of the engine, exhaust, rims and accessories, but it's the mirrored tank sections that really do it for me. On to Ducatis, and there were a few on display, starting with the 916 SP of 1996. This timeless classic was designed by Massimo Tamburini, and it absolutely changed the motorcycle world when it was released in 1994. Combining a slim V-twin 916cc engine, steel tubular frame, single-sided swing arm, upswept under the seat mufflers, and the piece de resistance, I had to squeeze it in there somewhere, those slim twin headlights that make this bike one of my favourite motorcycles ever, even though I could only afford the 900 SS at the time. The 1974 Ducati 750 SS of 1974. Another example of 70s Italian race bikes for the road. All I can say is wow. Other Dukes on display included another game changer, the M900 Monster. This bike was an overwhelming sales success and helped cement the ongoing financial viability of Ducati in the 90s. Therefore, we can still enjoy the brand that it has become today. This bike is credited with starting a whole new genre of bikes, like the naked muscle bike and the Street Fighter. And of course, there was also the 916's predecessor, the 851, which started Ducati's water-cooled engines that would go on to have so much success. Let's have a quick look at some of the BMWs on display. The R32 of 1924. The R12 of 1939. And the Paris-Dakar R1000 GS of 1991. Triumph, Brough Superior, Norton, Douglas, Velocette and Matchless all represented England at the exhibition. I really like the rear end design on this 1955 Puch SGS from Austria. The seat just floating above the curved rear guards has to have been an inspiration on the new Vespa 946. We also saw Husqvarnas, Bultacos, Peugeots and KTMs. And this crazy 1903 Minerva Forecar from Belgium. I think I'll ride it and let you be the passenger though. I'll leave you with some random shots of the exhibition, with heaps more to come in part 4, mainly Indians and Harleys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and don't forget to subscribe so as to not miss the next part of this awesome exhibition. Stay safe and bye for now.